Hi, my name is Khanh and I go by Chloe. I'm from Vietnam and I'm currently a sophomore at Suffolk University in Boston. I am also a marketing major and a philosophy minor. And yeah, really nice to, even though I'm filming this, but I still want to say it's really nice to meet you, to be able to get in touch with you. And also, before I start this interview, I just want to say thank you so much for accepting me and for this opportunity and for letting me filming this video and showing you what I've got. And so yeah, I just really appreciated and well, um, and also, before I give you my response, I will read out loud the questions just so you know where I'm at on the question list. And yeah, I hope you will enjoy my all of my responses. All right, let's start with the first question. Why have you decided to volunteer abroad and why through AIESEC? Um, well, I'm going to answer the first part of it. Why I decided to volunteer abroad is because I'm like I'm like the kind of person where I love traveling and I love just seeing just learning about new cultures and trying to understand people perspective. I think it's just amazing. I believe that is a privilege. And why through AIESEC? I well AIESEC well, apparently, the local chapter the local committee vice president of talent management in AIESEC Boston, and I've been part of AIESEC for like a year and almost like a little bit over a year now, and I'm a firm believer in 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 our platform. I really think that AIESEC is a privilege because AIESEC really enables me and other thousand lives to just go out there and see the world and go through all those challenges and just transform themselves into a better version of themselves and then become the leaders for the next generation. And I think it's just amazing. The purpose, the mission is everything combined. It is just like it just like contribute to a bigger cause. Um, and yeah, that's why. And I'm just very excited in general. Like I feel like the United States is the only country so far that I travel outside Vietnam. And with well, I mean, if I get accepted, it would I this opportunity would really be it just my gut's feeling telling me that it would be one of the most worthwhile and valuable experience I've ever had. And so yeah, move on to the next question. Why did you choose Greece and why this specific opportunity? Um, well, believe it or not, Greece is actually one of my bucket list. Um, since the day that I saw a picture of Greece online, of like the architectures and all these historical places in Greece, I just completely fall in love with it, and it's I think it's the culture. It just seems so rich and I just can't wait. I really just can't wait to just embark into this new environment and this new experience that is just waiting ahead of me. And why this specific opportunity? Well, teaching children is actually one of my passion. Around 3 years ago, well, 3 or 4 years ago, actually, I volunteer to basically take care of preschool kids in this at the Sunday school, and I that's where I found out that I just love being around them, and I love just like I learned how to be patient and learn how to um, like deal with not like dealing, but it's more like just showing them like what's out there, showing them all this and that, like all this new things that they're about to learn. And I think that's just amazing. I just love it. And I also love to like study their like the psychology behind their behaviors. I think they're just like everything they do, even if they cry a lot, they get mad. I just they all seem adorable to me. And yeah. And what are the main challenges you think you might face during your volunteer experience in Greece? And how do you plan to overcome each of them? Well, I think there are three main challenges that I will face during my experience. The first one is probably adaptation, accustoming, like being able to accustom into a new culture. It's not like I'm afraid to meet new people. It's more like I don't know. I just have a feeling like I will be the only Asian if I get accepted in Greece, and I feel like it would be it would I would probably have a little bit of culture shock, but not that much because I actually have friends. I hang out with a lot of international friends, and I heard a lot of stories, a lot of like just stories about their countries, about their food, tradition, and customs. And I don't know. I think I'll be more excited to learn than to just like being afraid of and putting myself out there. So it's more of a like a good and bad thing at the same time. So I mean, if I do feel like I have a big culture shock, probably I would probably I would try to talk to the TM manager and talk to the AIESECers and increase. And yeah, well, overall I'm just really not afraid of that. The second challenge would be teaching and being like basically like presenting myself in front of kids. And I think that is something I really need to learn, and that I should really prepare myself before I take on this mission. And I feel like because kids it's such a different, our society is so different now. I think kids are not like the same way like they kind of were back in the days where they're I don't know what to say, but I feel like kids now are just so smart. Even when they're super little, I think they're just smart, and they're amazing. Their energy is just skyrocketing, and it's and just like the way I present myself, I want to be that. I just want to be that one person, just that one bit of like one bit of puzzle, like just become parts of their life. And so yeah, I would say knowing how to present myself and knowing how to just like make them like enthusiastic is gonna be one of my main challenge. And lastly, it's a bit weird. This last challenge was the way I think about it is more of like one of my biggest flaw as well, is that being able to keep in touch with the people in Greece, anybody that I've met. The reason why I said so is because I'm like the kind of person where I'm just so bad with keeping in touch, and I feel like I just feel like every single person that I will meet throughout this throughout this trip, I feel like they will become such a big part of my life, a big part of just like forming my personality, and big part of this whole journey of exploring more about myself. And so I just feel like being able to talk to just like keep that friendship continue on is definitely hard, but I would try my best because I never want to lose anyone that who are important to me. So yeah. All right, question number 4. Imagine that in your volunteer project, you are a member of a team that consists of 4 people. The team doesn't communicate well, and the project is not delivered in the right way. What action will you take in order for this situation to change and to deliver the project successfully? Well, um, this is actually this kind of situation is something that I've been bumping into a lot throughout my college throughout my college experience so far. But one thing I learned out of AIESEC, that related to teamwork is that before you even start any kind of like team building activities, this and that, um, everyone in the team should have a common ground, should lay out the team expectation. Because I think with having a team standard, team like which includes team expectation, is it really would help the team like remind all the members of like how are they supposed to behave, how like they're like what kind of attitude that they should have when they when they come together and work together, because that's really important, because that's what pushed the team to keep moving forward. And I mean, miscommunication always it's the result of not having a common ground. Like, because let's say we only have 6 weeks, and 6 weeks is just not enough for, let's say, 5 people to really know about each other. But as long as we have some common rules, for example, let's say being respectful throughout, the entire meeting. And let's say if we happen to just have a big debate or big conflict of like, oh, I have a better ideas, but then the other person is like, oh, I have a better one and you should listen to me. I think one person would be able to say, hey guys, let's take a step back. Remember the rules that we lay out for each other is that we should respect each other and when we say being respectful is like we take a step back and we consider each other's ideas, take it in and actually think about it, and then try to come up with compromise. And I think that should be the way of like how the team's supposed to do, how like all the members should work in order to deliver a project successfully. So yeah, that's my answer for it. So move on to the next question. Your volunteer program is starting and you arrive at the country's airport at night, but there is no one there to pick you up. What would you do? Well, I mean, I'm like the kind of person where I really have to like prepare and make sure that I have everything. I have a checklist and make sure that I won't get lost, and just just what what lose my like not knowing how to navigate when I'm in a different country. So if I arrive at night and there is no one there to pick me up, I would probably have my emergency contact list ready right there. Probably the top person would be the TM manager. Then the next one would probably be the host family or whoever that I will be staying with. And yeah, I mean, I would have to do all that researches like before I arrive arrive in the country. But I would not panic, and I would just try to find like like a place where there's Wi-Fi, that free Wi-Fi that I can use, and just try to contact that person. And I would probably try to just ask around where I can get a transportation to go back to like the place where I'm supposed to live. But probably I would try to avoid that situation by making sure that I have someone to pick me up, and that I know where I live, and that I have a SIM card before I arrive here. I heard from one of my friends that I can actually order a SIM card online. So we'll have to look it up soon if I get accepted. So yeah. Okay. So question number 6. What would make you quit your internship? Well, there are actually two reasons only that would make me quit my internship. The first one is a family emergency. Family is always first. So I mean, if anything happens to them, which I don't want to just like go into details about it, but if anything happens, I would drop everything and go back to them. And the second reason, it may sound a bit silly, but if I happen to have like the worst cold in the world and I had to stay in the hospital for like weeks or month or like a month or so, then probably yeah, I wouldn't be able to like complete my internship at all. But yeah, beside that, I mean, like, those are the only two reasons that would make me quit. Otherwise, I would never quit. I would never give up on such a valuable opportunity like this. All right. Question number 7. What is your biggest accomplishment in your life and why? Well, my biggest accomplishment in my life is being actually being here where I am right now. If you have met me, like if you met me around like I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, 7 years ago. Oh well, more like myself in middle school, me in middle school, you would see I was a very, very, very shy person and I like to stay in my own bubble. I was just so afraid to just throw myself out there, and facing all the challenges. And I would say the moment I decided to study abroad in the US, I always had that one thing in my mind that keeps me going is that I want to be more confident. I want to learn new things. I want to be able to talk to people who are from different parts of the world. I want to be a good facilitator. I want to be somewhat of an influence in somebody's life. And I mean, in order to accomplish all of this, I just have to throw myself out there. And the fact that I joined AIESEC and then I applied for a leadership position, and I am here right now filming this video and talking to myself basically. Well, I'm talking to you, but like just looking at myself, I think it's one of my biggest accomplishment because I was such a shy person. So yeah. So question number 8. What makes you lose your temper or self-control? Well, can I have a little fun in this question? I feel like the only time that I would actually lose my self-control is when I'm on my period. Okay, please don't take that seriously. I think that even when I'm like super frustrated at someone, I would not let myself lose control because I have been at that place where I lost control of myself and everything after that just went wrong and I faced all those consequences and I really learned my lesson. And so right now I can be frustrated at people, but I always take a step back. I always find that balance, not let myself cross the limit, the border, and just take a step back and just calm myself down. And I mean, it's been going great. And I think it's been like fine to me actually, because I'm more like a chill person. I'm very chill. If people make me frustrated, then I can just, like I would try to find another way to like just deal with the problem. And then on the next day, I just forget about it and I start new. So that's more like me. So yeah. Now, all right, so next question. What do you expect to gain from your experience in Greece? Well, what I'm really, really looking forward to is that being able to something I like, being able to do something that I love, in, like in a different country, basically. And also, Greece is visiting Greece is in my bucket list. And so, like, okay, teaching kids and then going to Greece, two combined, awesome. It's like perfect combination. Um, but yeah, definitely, the kind of experience I'm looking forward to is meeting new people and learning um, more about their perspective. That's actually what I'm really looking forward to, because not just like, I want to learn more about, kids, but also I'm just so eager to meet people from Greece. I just think it's going to be such an amazing experience. And another experience that I want to gain out of it is that being is that become more of a leader person, because I've been that I think my leadership style is very different from everyone. Is that I like to I'm more of like members oriented, so I always try to please everyone, and like I always give everyone the freedom, and instead of like basically like being firm, but I'm more of a kind of like lenient, and I like to just give everyone freedom to do what they want, as long as they finish their task. I'm good with it, and if they want to go above and beyond, I'll be here to encourage them and be with them every step of the way. But yeah, but what I want to learn is more like just knowing how to take initiative and knowing how to be firm is definitely what I really want to learn. And also, I want to see how the AIESEC increase work, and I think your entity is just amazing. And so yeah, that's just something like I I'm just so looking forward to. Okay, so question number 10. As you can see in the opportunity you applied, you are going to be hosted by an AIESEC member or a family or in a shared flat with another interns. Have you ever lived with unknown people before, and how does this come to you? Um, okay, so I have gone through similar experience. I was not actually living with strangers, but I mean, I've gone to free ASIC conferences, and I had to like I'm in a room. I was put in a room with like three different ASICers from like different local chapters, and one of the conference was like a week long, and I mean, I loved it. I I like my I think what's really the important thing with about like sharing a room with people we've never known before, it's really important that you have the right mindset and that you have the right attitude, and by having those like with an open-minded attitude, like and with an open-minded mindset and also like positive attitude, I think that they really help you and help you like turn this experience into something really 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 valuable, because I mean, who knows that you would learn something from those people, and you just never know, and that's the exciting part about it. So yeah, I'm so into this, and yeah. So question 11. Why do you believe that you are the most suitable applicant for this position? Wow, this is quite a tricky one, but I would say that um, the reason why I'm the most suitable applicant for this position is because of my passion. I I've never been this excited before. I've never looking forward to such opportunity like this before because um, first I have been in the same place for about like 2 years now, Boston, and it's great, you know. I love exploring. I love going here and there and just see new things, try new food, do all this kind of activities because I like now I just love doing like outdoor activities, but it's just never enough for me. And yeah, I think now that I found Isaac, Isaac is just incredibly, insanely and just insanely amazing. It's like literally a platform where it creates leadership as a leadership platform, and the kind of like social products that we sell to all these students. I and also like the fact that we're nonprofit. I mean, like, okay, it's just so one of a kind, and I feel like I would never ever take anything granted, like take this opportunity, like such opportunity like this for granted. I really believe that um, if anyone like have such an opportunity like this, have such a like this kind of privilege, I think they're all suitable for this position. And I mean, I pour my heart and soul out for this thing because this is what I love to do. This is what I've been waiting for. I thought I have to wait until after college to do something like this because I've always wanted to do community service in somewhere else, like South Africa or like in like more of a third world countries. I really thought I have to wait after my college to do this because that's when I'm more of like a grown up, and my parents would somewhat be more like lenient and would let me, like do my own things because my parents are Asian and they're very protective. But yeah, I mean, like now I have this kind of like platform to just send me straight to other countries. I mean, it's just awesome. So yeah, this is exactly what I want, and it's exactly what I've been waiting for all these years because I I can't just stay in one place, I'm like hyperactive now. But anyway, so last question. Which are the dates that you are available? Well, I end with my final exams on May 10th, and I will have to go back to Vietnam on July 10th, and so I have this like solid month to just, like spend time for this trip. And so yeah, I think it's perfect. Um, and I really, well, this is like the end of my video. I really hope that you enjoy this, and I'm sorry that it takes a bit long, like almost half an hour long. Um, but I really, I mean, most of the questions that you asked, I can't really find no other way to explain it to give you a better answer. When I'm so excited about something, I just sort of like lost all my words and everything just go over the place. But yeah, I hope that you have a nice day and that you enjoy this video, and I hope that you will consider my application. And thank you so much again. Have a nice day. Bye.